We're back. I have a bit of a confession to make, and that is that the hot tub arrived a few days early, which means that we have a bit of a problem because I need to put up some decorative walls there and there because I'm a millennial and we're currently addicted to slats. So now we get to work around the hot tub while doing this. On the upside though, I'm super impressed with it so far. It's currently heating up, it's filled, and yeah. But so job for today is on this back wall, just to cover up the power and do some bits and pieces, we're going to put up a privacy wall. We're going to cover it with some black kind of fabric to stop anything going through, so stop any light going through. But we're going to put some horizontal slats, which you can see under there, that we've varnished last weekend. And then on this side, on the opposite side, we're gonna have a wall that's roughly this high with a shelf where the lid of the hot tub can be folded and then hidden behind the wall, and that's gonna go this high, and then hopefully we can chill out in the hot tub. All this over there was the alleyway down the side of the house was used for access, so we had to put all the stuff in the corner so that they had access to move. And I'll probably have to put that away shortly, but the weather is currently looking good. It's a little bit windy, but that's not the end of the world. We just need to get some tools and crack on, really. So we've got our wood here. I need to get it clamped into place and measured up. I need to cut some bits off and do some bits and pieces. It's gonna be a fun day. Let's get it on. I'm never saying that again. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Back. So, as far as tools, we've got our weed control fabric, we've got our clamps. We're going manual sawing today because I feel like it. Step one, let's measure up how long these wide boards need to be. Let's do it. So, I want them to rest on the pergola feet and go up to, let's say 2 meters, right? 2 meters sounds about right? Yeah, let's do it. Let's get these measured out. What if you sit there? How's that? We can give you some height though, can't we? Hey, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, let's tidy up here a little bit. Oh, heavy. Very heavy. Pencil, let's measure 2 meters. Oh, look at that, easy work. 2 meters. And we're gonna need 2. So again, 2 meters. Brilliant. Trying to figure out the best view for you to have. Whoa! Nearly sent the hacking camera. Can you see that? Beautiful. One of the best things I love about a handsaw is you see these angles. If you rest this here on the edge, that gives you a pretty good square edge. Or you can do that and that gives you a 45. Right. Beautiful, 1 2 meter piece. Cut to perfection. Second piece. Schwamp. Let's put you there. Can you still see? Lovely. Beautiful. This one's binding more than I'd like. I think I've probably got a crooked cut somewhere. It's a good thing you're an action camera, right? Okay, right. Now, what I want to do is get them clamped to the side so we can... Can you hear that? Damn airports. Right, I want to get these clamped to the sides so I can measure for the crossbars. We are going to need a third 2 meter plank, I've just realized. So let's cut that quick. Let's cut that now, and then we can do what I was thinking about doing. Let's get that cut. Lovely. Try again. This is not the most stable workbench. I really wish I had a workshop, man. Beautiful. Right, that's 3. We're gonna need 3 because I want one in the center as well as one on the sides. Right, now we just get these clamped up so I can show you the next step. Let's put you there. Put that there for now. Lovely. Okay, número 2. Okay, I need to show you something. I mean, I want to show you this, but I need to show you that first. My day might get a little shorter. That's the thundercloud they've been warning us about all freaking day. And it is 5 minutes into me deciding to come out and film. It's rolling in. So this could be a much shorter day than expected, which is frustrating. But anyway, let me explain to you what I'm doing. So I've clamped the uprights so that they're flush with the outer edges, right? Now I want to measure how wide a support brace, 2 cross beams that would go on the other side would need to be, and then I can place the center spar. And then onto that, the idea being I staple the black weed control fabric. Then you have effectively a black rectangle, which I can then start stapling or pinning these two with some spacers that I've designed. I showered and everything. Right, let's measure, because I can at least make note of the measurements, right? I can at least make note of the measurements. So, from here to here is 213.8 centimeters. Come on, you bleeder. And from there, really? How are you gonna get stuck in the deck? Oh, for God's sake, Justin. I like taking multiple measurements because you never know, like the pergola could be on the angle, 213.8. Cool. So 213, 213.8. You can see through there. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do this tomorrow, aren't I? I'm gonna have to do this tomorrow. See you tomorrow. It's the next day. You can see, look, new t-shirt and everything. What's the update? The rain finally stopped. Weather's not looking brilliant, but the forecast says it shouldn't rain. So we've got a bit of time. I'm just tired today, man. I don't know why. You wake up one of those, every now and then you just wake up and you're just tired, you know? But this needs to get done. Hot tub is looking good, it's up to temperature, so hopefully going to use it this evening. We need to crack on. So, first step for today, we need to cut the cross beams that are going to go across top and bottom. Those are what, 213.8, right? Yeah, 213.8. So we'll get these mocked up, we'll get them cut, we'll get them screwed into place, and then I'll bring the frame down, put it on the ground, and we'll staple the fabric to it, and work on next steps from there. Let's do it. Oh dear, let's give you some height. Here we go, how's that? How are we looking? Oh, look at that, just length. Right, so where's my pencil? Is my pencil inside? It is inside. As is the weed control fabric. The weather. I don't know about this weather, man. Right, 213.8. Let's get it done. 213.8. There. And on this one, because we're going to need 213.8. There. Right, let's get these marked up and let's get them cut. There. Lovely. Right, let's get this cut. Well, hell. This is going not great. So why am I using a handsaw? It's a very good question. Thank you for asking. I'm using a handsaw because I'm being lazy. I normally put my miter saw on the table that the wood is currently on, and I don't want to move it all. I'm going to have to move it all because I'm going to have to cut like 100 of these thinner spars down to length. And at that point, I'm going to have to move it, but I don't want to. I'm lazy. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. There you go. Go there. Good dog. Good dog? There's no dog. First one done. There we go. That's that done. Right. Let's get that wood off the floor. Ugh. Okay, so what's the plan? The plan is I'm going to take those two crossbars and then I'm going to clamp them around the back of this across, screw them in, and then I'll take this whole frame off, put it on the ground, and we can work on it there. I know I complain about the weather a lot, but this UK summer has been, let's call it changeable. Changeable seems like a fair word to use. Changeable. Right, let's get this clamped up, and then I'll screw it in. That basically just clamps it in place so I can get the screwdriver in. You've got to be resourceful when you are working on your own. First screw. Second screw. Third screw. Fourth screw. Hey, look at that. Beautiful. Second one. This one will be a little bit easier because at least I can rest it on the foot of the thing. Come on. Clamp, there you go. There you go. Out the way, come on. Some more screws. One, two, three, four. Let's do it. Four. And then last but not least, I need to do our third upright, which needs to be in the middle. So I think what I'll actually do with that is do that on the ground. What do you think? I think that's a good idea. Oh, that was close. Okay. Frame number one. Look at that. Okay, that's the main body of the frame kind of done. I want to put a center spar down the middle. We'll get that measured up, get that in, get it screwed in, and then we staple down the weed control fabric, and then the hard part. It's genuinely the hard part, which I'm not looking forward to. Internal is 203.8 because the arms are 5 centimeters each, but that's the arms, not these. That's 186. So, is it 180? Oh, don't do that. 186.4 for the middle. 186.4 is 93.2 for center. 93.2 is that. Nice. And then we get this screwed in. There we go. Easy. Let's get that done. One, two, three, four. Okay, now comes the not so fun part. I need to lay down this weed control fabric, staple it, turn the frame over, staple it again, and then cut off the loose bits. I really hope this is enough. Is it enough? So what's the point of this fabric? The fabric is sort of opaque enough to block light and kind of look like a solid background, but thin enough to let the wind through so that our pergola doesn't get like taken away in the wind, right? That's the hope. This is more than enough, but I don't know if I can do this on my own. The wind is rolling in. How am I gonna do this, Justin? How are you gonna do this, bud? Good. Lovely. Okay, now I'm gonna trim it. Let me get some scissors. Another jet going over. These scissors are not very sharp. Let me get my knife. Where's my knife? It was here with all my tools. Did I leave it outside? In the time it took me to find my knife, the sun came out. But anyway, let's get this done. I got some scissors and my knife. I'll try the scissors first because, I don't know, it feels like it'd be easier. Need to make sure that I'm giving myself enough kind of slack from the edge, you know? Because when I turn this over, I'm going to fold it over and staple the back so that it kind of looks like a cohesive thing. Right, that's the edges cut off. Now I guess we just flip it over, right? And then go ham with the stapler again. Ugh. Lovely. Okay, let's lift this up. Beautiful. Yes, this is exactly what we wanted. This is where the fun begins. Okay, that's it pretty much stapled down, I reckon. The next part is, I have two ways of doing this, right? Way number one is I take this frame, I put it in place, and I bolt it to the frame. And then I take a width measurement, I cut all of these down, and I pin them to the frame while it's in situ. The problem with that is, there's a hot tub in the way. Option number two is I clamp it in place, I mark on this stuff with a pencil what the outline is. Will that even work? Just about. Just. I don't know. I mark on it with a pencil where the space is. I still cut all these down to length. And then I staple them or pin them in place on the ground, doing my best to keep everything in line. And then bolt it in place all as one piece. What do you reckon? Also, the forecast says it's not going to rain, but I don't know. I'm looking up and I'm seeing rain clouds. Okay, well, either way, for either step, I've got to get this in place and at the very least clamped in so that I can either attach it. I think I'm just going to bolt it in. Let's just bolt it in. Okay, so, oh, I know how I can do this. Because now you can go on, you can stand here. You can stand here and see everything. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, let's do this. Right, let's get this in place. Here we go. There we go. Get these other two clamps in place. There we go. So I need to do some more stapling in the center because it looks like it's pulling away already. See here, it's already torn, but I can. Lovely. Okay, so that's the frame. I think it looks okay, honestly. Now we just need to measure the internal. I think it's going to be 203.8, but I want to double check. 203.8. Lovely. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to cut down these horizontal struts to 203.8. We're going to get that back down onto the floor. And then I'm going to clamp one of these struts, or even one of these full-length struts, to the equivalent of this distance here. Clamp it there. And then I'm going to pin them all in. Because trying to get a nail gun in between there to pin in the middle is just going to be too difficult. And then what I could do, if I was feeling brave, is once they're all in, flip it over onto its face again, and then I can staple the fabric to the back of the horizontals to keep it from moving even more. That's what we're going to do. I need to go and get my miter saw because there's no way I'm cutting 100 of these things by hand. I'll be back in a minute. Right, so we've made some progress. I pulled that down because the wind was picking it up, so it's just there to be safe. Miter saw is out, I've set it up, a bit of a jig, And now I get to cut all of these down to the right length. It feels like a time lapse. What do you think? Time lapse? What if we put you there and we just time lapse? Let's do it. What's the worst that could happen? How hard could this be, right? We're done. Managed to cut them 4 at a time, and it seemed to go quite well. So pretty happy with that. Now I'll just tidy up this area, get the frame back, and we'll start pinning these things along. I have a cool little 3D printed, see that 3D printed spacer that I designed to help me make sure that they were exactly 20 millimeters apart all the way down. So all I really need to do is make sure the top one is lined up properly, and then all of the others should work fine. So put you down again, just gonna tidy up a little bit and then grab the nail gun. Where should I put you? Should I put you like that? I mean, that's where the frame's gonna be, right? Back in a minute. Okay, let's just tidy. Let me go get the nail gun. We are back. So first things first, we're trying out a new tool today. I got this for this job. I got this Ryobi nail gun. I've never used a nail gun before, so I'm going to try it out on this test strip because this is the sample of each of the woods that we're going to use. I want to nail them together and make sure that it doesn't punch all the way through. So let's give this a go, shall we? It's an 18 gauge nail. I've got it set to the minimum. Got a 25mm nail, so this should be fine. Beautiful. That pins it in there. The hole is almost invisible. Lovely. We can absolutely get along with that. Is this also, it's an airstrike, so if I hold this, does it just, or if I hold the trigger down, I bet you I can just, no. Okay, that's fine. Right, so that's the tool learnt. Let's get the frame in place and we'll get cracking. There we go. Beautiful. Right, but before we do anything, I need to measure the pole and then clamp something down so that we've got something to rest against. 5 centimeters exactly. Okay, so let's do that. This is such a dumb thing for me to be trying to do. Okay, let's clamp that down. And then one more over here. What are the odds on this actually working? No cheating, but put your bets down in the comments. Keep pushing the button and releasing the damn thing. Clamp that down. Okay, I think we're about there, you know. Okay. Right, so next step is to put in our first one right at the top. This will be our main guide and we can go from there. Let's grab a couple of these. I'm so pleased with this. Can you see? Have I screwed it up already? I've had an idea. So I'm struggling to stretch over and hit all these central pins once we get like a meter out. But this is effectively a square. So what if I clamp this to the frame, but with the slats facing me here? Then I can just stand and pin them in as I go, unclamp it, put it in the actual position and bolt it in place, right? I mean, that seems like it would work. What's the worst that can happen? Let's give it a go. Now we get to see if what I was doing remotely worked. Okay. Oh, it's much heavier. I wonder why it's so much heavier. Could be all the wood you stapled to it. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Damn and blast. The angled support braces are on the inside. It won't work. Plan B. Plan the B. That'll be wine. Come on. This way at least I can see what I'm doing. Looks good though, honestly. And now I should just be able to use the spacers and go along. That's the plan anyway. So the idea is I do this, right? We're getting there, aren't we? We're certainly getting there. Let's go. This is going so well. Did not expect this to go this well, honestly. Something's got to go wrong, right? Like it can't just go well. What do you think? Maybe 2 more? There we go. So, next thing's next. I want to put this lying down on the slats, and then I'm going to staple in the fabric to the back of the slats so that it doesn't wave in and out. Fuck me, this is getting heavy now. Right, let's get it stapled. Where's my staple gun? There it is. Okay. Next step is almost the last step. Don't do that. Let's do this. Okay. You didn't see any of that. I'm really sorry. What do you think? I am pretty darn pleased with that. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. Okay. Last step, absolutely last step, we bolted in. This will be an easy one. So you might be asking, how am I planning on bolting these in? Well, I got these self-tapping, self-threading bolts, and I'm just gonna drill them in. How hard could it be, right? How hard could it be? Let's find out. Oh, I need longer ones. I need much longer ones. Okay, hang on. Much better. Easy. One. Ow. Served me right for trying to do it at a stupid angle. And that can come off. That's going nowhere. Bloody love it. Oh, To say I'm pleased is an understatement. Look at that. Looks good. Right. Next step for me, I'm gonna have some lunch. But when I get back, we're gonna put in a half-height wall here, pretty much the same, but half height, so that when we take the lid off, it can go behind the wall and we'll have a bit of a shelf. But before we do any of that, I need to have some lunch, and you don't get to join me. Right, lunch is over. On to the next bit. Right, so here's the plan. Over here, I want to put in a wall that is like about the same height as the hot tub, about 80 centimeters tall, effectively the same as that. We might even put a little bit like a shelf on there. I don't know if we have enough of these. We have exactly the right number of these. It's almost like I planned it. But let's get this done, shall we? So, first things first, let's get one of these cut down to 80 centimeters. Let's tidy up a bit. Okie dokie. I've got some clamps, which will be useful this time round. There we go. 80 centimeters. Let's clamp it down this time. This is what I should have done the first time round, but this table was being used, wasn't it? Oh, okay. Oh, that was very close. Better off marking your squares. There we go. $80. Move down. I've got the miter saw. Why am I? Because the blade is thick and it'll take too much off the meat. That's why. Don't do that. $80, and 80. Done. Oh, bugger. Really? There we go. Okay, then I need two lengths at 213.8, right? 213.8. And for that one, I will use the miter saw. Two 13.8. Come on. I think I'm still okay. Let me just double check this. Yep, I'm still okay. Two 13.8. To 13.8. Next, we get the, can you hear the hot tub? Temperature's going up. We get the sides clamped on like we did with the full fence. We get this one clamped here. This one clamped here. There we go. Whoa. This one clamped here. Oh, hang on. We might have a problem. Is that going to be long enough? No. That's fine though. There. Okay. Right. Now we need one of these big lengths. You bleeder. You go there. go. Then we can get those two screwed together. Then once that's done, I can do the other base, and we'll get it done. Oh, this one's gonna go super quick. It's brilliant when just having dealt with. It's brilliant when you've dealt with all the problems, and you can just turn into a human 3D printer, you know? Okay, let's get this unclamped, get that unclamped, get that unclamped. Okay. Next, we'll get the other baseboard on, then the other vertical, flip it over, put the weed fabric on, go from there. This one might go quickly. Wouldn't that be a treat? Let's get the third upright on. $86.5, $84. Too much. 85, 85. Lovely. Okay. Fabric. This is a much more manageable piece of work though, isn't it? Okay, let's get a cut. Scissors. Let's go. There we go. Let's get it flipped over. Whew. Look how close that came on the side. Oops. Alright, well, let's make this. Empty again. Used a lot of staples today. Okay, that's that bit done. Let's just. Okay, now what do we need to do? Next, we clamp to the side there, clamp to the side there. We could just do one side again, and we nail in the boards. Easy as. Right, let's try and do this properly this time. I'm gonna clamp them. Oh, jeez. What was that? This thing attacked me. Holy heck, okay. The slow-mo replay on that one. Okay. And then we get these. Where should I put them? Here? Okay. Right. First one. Oh, beautiful. Okay, that came together super freaking quickly. Let's get it flipped over. Let's get the weed fabric stapled. Let's get it mounted. Well, I say mounted. We need to put a shelf on it. And I have an idea for that. But let's do the weed fabric first. Clamp one. Clamp 2. Get that off there. This thing is super solid as well. Love it. Right. Staples done. So now, what I want to do is, on this, I'm going to put on some shelf brackets and then put a decking board on here to act as a shelf. I think that could look pretty cool. What do you think? Let's do it. Right, let me go get the shelf brackets. So I've got these, and I'm thinking if we put one here, one in the middle, and one there, and then we put a decking board on top, we can make a shelf. I think that's a good shout. Let's do it. Okay, I think we come in an inch off the edge of the boards. That should give us enough space. Let's make it 5 centimeters, which is just about 2 inches. 5 centimeters. Okay. Lovely. That'll do. That'll do, pig. Oh. Now let's get this thing bolted up. It's so much sturdier than the big one. I wonder if I can. Do you remember how I said this one was going well? Murphy has opted to arrive. How tight are we? Well, that's fine there. And then we are like a whisker. Not even close. What the hell is going on here? That's fine. Oh, wow, okay. This is not great. Let me get this clamped up and I'll show you what I'm looking at. I don't know how I've managed this, but I've probably just had the tolerances a little bit too tight. But as you can see, we have a problem here. So I'm just gonna mark each of these so we can see how much of a tweak we need to make. Some of them is gonna be 2 millimeters. Okay. God, nothing's ever easy. It's my fault. I was complaining that it was too easy. Now look. Right. We were so close as well. Right. Let's assess the damage. Wow, there's a compounding error here. Because look, at the top, it's barely a whisker, and you can see it just grows and grows and grows and grows. What is the easiest way to do that? Maybe the oscillating saw? Because then I can just use a flat blade and just come down on them. Let me do that. Back in a minute. Oh, it's fucking blunt as all hell, but needs must. Need to get a battery operated one of these, to be honest. But for now, we're stuck with corded. Okay. So, plan is to use my oscillating saw and the square blade and just trim these down. This is going to be loud. There's nothing I can do about it. Before we put this in, I need to cut the deck board because I've realized I need to screw it from underneath. And once it's in, I'm not going to be able to do that. So let's get that done. What a day. What a day. There we go. Right, what's the length of these damn things now? Where's my tape measure? There it is. 203.5, 203.5. Point 5. And then this goes on there. Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to flip the wall onto the board and use the shelf brackets as feet. Does that make sense? I'll put the board down and then I put this on there like that, right? Does that make sense? Am I just making life harder for myself, do you think? Probably. Because now all this wants to do is that. Okay, never mind. I think what we do is we just suck it up. Lovely. Right, let's try this again. Try again. Don't do this. There. Yes, yes, we're in. We're bloody in. Ah, we're in. Okay, let's get it bolted on. Let's clamp it first. Okay. Let's get you bolted on. Oh, beautiful. And the pièce de résistance is if I take this piece and put it here and nail that down, I think we'll be good. Don't you? Might need two. You can take the clamps off though. Second one. What do we think? Just there? Like that? Lovely. Beautiful. Just doing some final finishing touches. Oh, I'm pretty pleased with myself, I'll be honest. What do you think? I think it looks pretty damn good. So the idea being, we unfold this, and I just go shunk behind there, in that little gap back there. It's almost perfect, almost. There is one more thing that I need to do, but you'll have to wait to the next video to see that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Whoop.